Hey Virgos, this is Paragia Tarot. I am here to do your reading for today. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Also, memberships are open. So if you're interested in that, what my membership thing is that every single time I have a free reading for you, so roughly like 25 times a month, there's also going to be an extended reading. So, and the membership is like $9.99, and so you get access to all of those extra extended readings. So it's like 25 extra readings. So if you guys are into that, take a look at my membership offerings. I believe it's the Virgo Bombshell. Yeah. All right. So universe, the person on my Virgo's mind, how do they feel towards Virgo, and what will be their next actions towards Virgo? This is somebody feeling very clearly that they need to come out of indecision in relationship to, and that they need to like do something and commit. All right. Yeah, that they need to stand up and take action. They need to fight for this. This feels like somebody who's been they need to communicate and they need to be direct. They can't dance around. They can't play games. And I feel a strong energy of desiring to do so. With the Devil in the reverse, if there's, if there is maybe another party, maybe a Capricorn, or maybe this person could be a Capricorn. This is somebody seeing the toxicity, because there's three parties here, so it could be a third party thing. They're seeing the toxicity and wanting to come out of it. It's like they're having clarity. This is somebody having clarity and feeling defensive of their sovereignty as a person. This is them just kind of humbly hoping that you will work with them. Universe, the person on my Virgo's mind, how do they feel towards Virgo? I'd say that they are in love with you. Strong emotions, but also stable. Clear. This is somebody who knows what they feel. There isn't chaos. This is somebody who knows exactly, what's right. Yeah, with the Hanged Man in the reverse, though, you could be dealing with a Pisces, strong Pisces. This is this person basically understanding that they can't delude themselves, they can't procrastinate any longer. With the Knight of Swords in the reverse, they could be feeling defensive or plan to come in aggressively towards you. I feel like this is somebody who has strong emotions, and yet they don't generally come in and express them. They come in very defensively and aggressively, maybe. For some of you. Oh, okay. Whoa. With the Death card, you could be dealing with a Scorpio as well, another water sign. But I'm sensing that this is probably a situation that ended. And this is somebody who's wanting to maybe come in and get some clarity. Well, I sense that what it is that they want to work with you, and they would like a new start. But they might come in and just communicate. But it's very sharp energy. It's very might even be kind of aggressive or hostile. Yeah, strong water sign. With the Ten of Wands, this could be somebody who sort of takes a lot on them. They work a lot, perhaps, and or they have been working a lot. It almost feels like the energy of somebody, it feels a little bit different than our normal energy. It could be another, group of you that this applies to, or maybe like another person you're dealing with. But it feels like somebody who maybe takes on way too much so that they can kind of martyr themselves and be like, I do everything, kind of energy. It's like they do all this stuff and stuff that people don't even ask them to do, so that they can kind of take credit for all the virtue, accrue all the virtue, and so that they don't ever have to express their feelings and potentially be rejected. So that's definitely some childhood wounds we're talking about. Also, fire sign, you could be dealing with two kings here. But yeah, it feels like an energy of somebody who is not comfortable putting their emotions on the line, and this is why they, take on so much. So with the World in the reverse to the King of Swords in the reverse, oh my goodness. It just feels like a really harsh and aggressive energy from this person. Strong, strong swords. Very, very defensive. Not like this person could potentially be a water sign, but they're not showing emotion. They're just like being really defensive. Maybe even kind of cruel. This feels like an energy of somebody who they know how to get all the emotions in their corner. They know how to draw all the emotional validation and the virtue. Yeah, this could potentially be somebody who has behaviors that that are similar to that of narcissism. Sometimes people will behave in a way that looks like narcissism, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're a narcissist. You know, maybe this person is like, oh, what's it called? Not bipolar, but anyways, I'm not a psychiatrist. But with the Five of Cups to the Seven of Pentacles, this is somebody who is not happy with where things lie, but I'm not sensing like apology here. I'm not sensing somebody coming in and being like, I'm sorry, I love you. It's almost like they're trying to deflect blame for past harm, or yeah, it's like with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse to the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, somebody messed up, something went wrong, and this is somebody not taking any action to make it better. It feels like a very like stubborn kind of self-important type energy. Somebody who's like, they know that they messed up and that they dropped the ball, and yet they're just picking up another task and just working on something else. Like I'm seeing this pentacle here on the ground and they're like, oh, I'm just going to leave it there. And then they go off to another pentacle. Like it almost seems like somebody who maybe uses a sense of disloyalty as a weapon, you know, that they'll make you feel like, oh, well, I'm going to go off and talk to all my other lady friends or my other friends or this other person. And, you know, it's not a very... doesn't feel like a terribly healthy energy, guys. So strong Aries, strong Aquarius. But with this, yeah, this person feels kind of tyrannical with the Emperor in the reverse. Could be maybe like an Aries Pisces cusp. But this is somebody being really domineering, and just kind of hoping that you will be this compromising force that smooths things over despite their bad behavior, you know, by basically compromising self. You know, I'm seeing this creature, this character is like the graceful character that's like, you know, oh, well, I'll adjust myself, I'll adjust my position, whereas this person is like, I'm the emperor, I get everything I want, I get all the credit, I get all the power. It's not a very it's not a very nice energy. King of Wands keeps popping out too. So this person, and with the Two of Wands here in the reverse, this person might think that you are maybe considering another person. If you've broken up with this person, they might be coming back to try and find out if you're with somebody else. Yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, this doesn't really feel like this feels like actually a connection that if you reconnect with it, it could potentially affect your fortunes, because stuff like that does happen. Some people in particular can cause delays in our life in terms of our manifestations. Just one second, guys. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Oh, it's so good. Okay. But yeah, this almost feels like this person is only really focused on themselves and their own emotional fulfillment, their own validation. It feels like a person who has built up coping mechanisms and walls around themselves that is about making sure that they are the only person that is ever focused on, and that if anybody else tries to have a boundary or express a feeling, it's like harsh city, tyrannical city, and that they maybe justify themselves by overworking or over providing, you know, so that they can martyr themselves and be like, oh, but I do all this, I do all that, you know. So yeah, it feels like a different energy than usual. But yeah, this person knows that you most likely have other people that you could be speaking to as well. So I feel like this is an energy of this person just coming in for the sake of their pride, because they want to see if you're with somebody. They're like, just look, they don't have good motives. I feel like this is somebody who in general just kind of has terrible motives. Like they just feel really selfish. Universe, what can you tell me about this King of Cups to the Hanged Man in the reverse? Oh, bitterness. Yeah, resentment, anger, hurtful words. Yeah. This is somebody that if they're coming in, if they communicate with you, they are coming in with... It feels like somebody who just hurls accusation as a weapon, even when they're in the wrong, because it externalizes all of the negativity and fault onto the people outside of them. You know, it feels like somebody who is like... They always have to make themselves out to be the one who's right. And they do it by virtue of just projecting as hard as they can anger towards the other person. And then just being immovable, I'm not going to compromise on this. So thinking in the reverse, I'd say that this person has been missing you, craving you, and desiring you, but it's like they won't admit it. They're not admitting it. Because that would give you credit for virtue. So soulmates in the reverse. So this is somebody who they have feelings for you, and yet they're not. Ew, it just feels like a really toxic connection, like where the more you let this person in, the more they just drain you of any emotion or credit or virtue or love that you have in your tank. Yeah, memories in the reverse. So I'd say that this person has been, whoever did the breaking up, I'd say that this person has been feeling, they're trying to not think about you. They're trying to not feel this deep love for you or to reminisce on times with you. And then they've just kind of like filled themselves up with bitterness instead, and blame. You know, it's just not a healthy way to, and that could very well be the reason why the two of you broke up. Oh, so this person might come in with an apology, but I have a feeling, if we're looking from what we're seeing here, that it probably is not a terribly sincere apology. Yeah, self-focused is what I'm seeing here. Is that even though this person might come in with an apology, they are still just self-focused. So this could be somebody that you care about, but that you have this confusion because you care about them, and yet, yeah, it's the mistakes in the reverse. This is somebody who is like refusing to acknowledge that they made any mistakes, and they're making themselves out to be the victim. And trapped in the reverse. So this could be somebody who, yeah, it just feels like more of that trying to make themselves out to be the victim. Universe, can you give me anything else for this death to the Ace of Swords? Time. So I'd say that this person has just been waiting. They've just been waiting. They haven't been taking action to apologize in the past. They most likely, or to try and fix things, they've just been waiting and thinking that if they waited long enough that they could get you, that you would open your heart back up to them. But they're just walking in a lot of pride. And I feel like an arrogance, stubbornness, to the point that it's just not tenable, is what I sense. And this is just like exhaustion. You're like, I just can't deal with your pride anymore. I feel like with this, you probably gave this person a lot of chances, and you've just kind of like reached the end of what you can put up with. Oh, yeah, exactly. I can't take it anymore. I feel like you took too much from this person. I feel like that's you. It could potentially be them, but I think that it's mostly you. I think it's you feeling like, I can't take any more of your stuff. Relationships are a two-way street. And yeah, this person might come in and express that they want to be different, but it doesn't feel like a very sincere energy. Will this ever change? And then sex with you. So this person is probably having, desirous thoughts towards you. Universe, what can you tell me about this situation? What do Virgos need to know? What are the elements at play in this situation? Challenges, make a decision and work on inner healing. So I really feel like this is important for you in terms of your own inner healing. And it's saying make a decision. I feel like this person somehow, if they are allowed into your life, it creates blockages and delays in terms of your manifestation, in terms of your abundance. And I feel like this is saying, like, make a decision and stick to it, and think of your own inner healing. You know, prioritize your own inner healing. Don't let this person guilt trip you, because it definitely feels like a very guilt trippy type of energy. It just feels like someone who just kind of rags on you and makes you out to be the bad guy, even when you're not. Oh gosh, move on in the reverse. So there could be, someone is unavailable or a waste of time, it's over. So I feel like this is, and the intimacy in the reverse, sexual chemistry and reminiscing. So I feel like you could be thinking that way about this person, or they could be trying to not think too much about you in this way. But I feel like this is saying the door is right there, and it's for you to step through. Of course, it's your choice, but I feel like the universe is saying, you know, that this is most likely the best action. This person feels like a butthole. Pardon my French, but I mean, it feels really toxic. Like I don't even feel any love from this person. It just feels like it's all about them. And it's all about, they're always right. Ooh, yuck. This is saying, so vacation. So maybe it might help you to take some time away, to just, you know, really disconnect from this person if that's required to really, you know, cleanse your energy and your system. But also I feel like this is trying to say that there are sunny times ahead without this person. You know, there are sunny times ahead, and keep your eye on the prize of what's coming for you and where your life is going. And this will help you to make the right choice, to not be dragged back into a situation with this person. Ooh, oh my gosh. Sorry guys, dropping my dog. Okay, put you over there. All right, so can we get a little more guidance for my Virgos in this situation? A fiery climax approaches, and it was in the reverse. So I almost feel like, it feels like an energy where, like, if you open up to this person, they're just going to come in any way. If you create an open doorway for this person, they're going to come into your life and create like a crisis. Like, they're going to come in and like make a big splash and try to do something that will really affect your emotions or guilt trip you or push you into like chaos, because they want to try and sway you into letting them back in. Strong Aries energy. Yeah, with the ram there. But also here we have Taurus, you know, saying your dreams need a practical plan. So I feel like this is saying, don't let this, you know, focus on your dreams and manifesting those dreams. That's what's important. You know, not dealing with a, you know, bungholio. So let's get a timing card for you. Universe, when will my Virgos potentially hear from this person, if they do hear from them? So whenever I get this card, I don't think it necessarily means next summer. I think it means summer. So like this summer, you could hear from them this summer, or 13 could be a significant number. Maybe if it's your birthday, either August 13 or no, sorry, that if you're a Virgo, that would be September 13. That's my birthday. Haha. But you could hear from this person on your birthday. They might try to hit you up, be like, oh, hey Virgo, I was thinking of you because it's your birthday, not because I'm obsessed with you. Next month looks promising. 35 could be a significant number as well. Anything else? So whatever your birthday is too, I feel like that's something to look out for potentially. Whatever the day of your birthday is, is probably this person, because it gives them an excuse, you know, to reach out to you. I think that's it. Yeah. All right, Virgo. So I hope that this has helped you, and I'm going to move into the extended reading, find out any more juicy details about this situation. And I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll speak to you soon.